Hi, everybody. I'm WFAA Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. A record high temperature today and the hottest temperature that we've had so far this year. We hit 110. The old record was 106 in 1952. And the last time we hit 110, it was that brutal summer of 2011 on August 2nd. We did it then. And that's also, that 110 is also the fourth hottest temperature ever recorded in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 107 right now at DFW, 107 in Fort Worth, 107 in Dallas. Denton's 106. It's 105 in McKinney. Terrell, your current temperature is 104, 107 in Corsicana. Hillsboro, 109. It is hot all across North Texas. It's 109 in Sherman as well. These football games tonight at SMU, South Oak Cliff, and Duncanville. Kickoffs at 8. The temperature then 102. It'll feel like 106. 98 by 9 and 96 by 10. The kickoff tonight at Melissa at Cardinal Stadium. Argyle and Melissa, 8 o'clock. 102 then, 97 around halftime, 95 at the end of the game. Kickoff in Aledo at Tim Buchanan Stadium. Parrish is playing Aledo. 101 at 8 o'clock, 95 at 9 and 10 p.m., 93 degrees. The last game, Saginaw Boswell's playing Saginaw. 8 o'clock kickoff, 8 p.m., 100 degrees, 98 by 9 and 96 by 10 o'clock. A dangerously hot day today and more dangerous heat tomorrow. Another excessive heat warning, but a cool down on the way. A little bit of rain too. The weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Pete, and we are also keeping an eye on the grid for the second time this week. The grid operator says demand for energy could outpace our supply.
ERCOT is asking everyone to conserve power until 9 o'clock tonight. If enough people do so, we won't have to worry about any rolling outages.
In light of the extreme heat, schools are taking several precautions for Friday night lights.
Yeah, our crews will be covering games across North Texas, starting in Dallas at SMU.
Hi, I'm Joe Trahan on the SMU campus at Ford Stadium, where we have got a couple of heavy hitters for you tonight. A pair of defending state champions, the defending 6A Division I champ, Duncanville, taking on the defending 5A Division II champ, South Oak Cliff, two of the best teams in the area. The coaches know each other well. These teams are familiar, and they should put on a good show tonight. It will be hot, more than 100 degrees at kickoff, so if you're going out to games tonight, stay hydrated. We'll have more for you coming up in sports and later tonight on High School Game Night.
Well, I'm Jobin Funniker here at Clark Stadium here in Plano. It wouldn't be Friday Night Football if there wasn't an audible. The district has moved this game later into the day because of the excessive heat. Pete is telling us we are breaking records today. Also, the district has added something new this year, metal detectors before you come into Clark and Kimbrough stadiums. Now, the district tells us that decision was not prompted by any one event or threat. This was about overall safety. Now, they're asking people to get here 30 minutes earlier because of the new screening. Tonight, Plano takes on Byron Nelson, and we all take on the heat.
And with the start of the high school football season, of course, too, the start of the Friday Night Football broadcast schedule. And our first game of the season is a fantastic matchup. Number 1 ranked Melissa, the Cardinals, the favorite to win a state title this year in 5A Division II, hosting the number 3 team in the state in 5A D2, the Argyle Eagles, at their brand new and beautiful Coach Kenny Deal Stadium. A complete preview of Friday Night Football coming up.
Another school in North Texas spent part of today without power on this hottest day of the year. Matt Howerton has more on the issues affecting multiple campuses.
Hey y'all, it is hot out here, and across North Texas, at least 4 campuses having issues today during this sweltering heat. Behind me, J.L. Long Middle School, and on the other side of it, Woodrow Wilson High School in Dallas. Around 1 p.m., power was partially out at both campuses. The district doing its best to make sure each student had food and water, because no power means no air conditioning. Those students got out just fine, as we watched here on the side of the street. Up at Grapevine High School, they announced around 2 p.m. that power was totally out at their campus and that they had technicians working around the clock to get it fixed. Around 2:45 p.m. they said on social media power had been restored, but until that time the entire school was in a hold per the district. And Plano West High School takes the cake. They cancel classes altogether on Friday. due to HVAC issues they were having because of this heat wave that we are in. And technicians will be working around the clock on the weekend to try and make sure they get kids back into classes on Monday. There is an SAT exam planned for Saturday at Plano West High. They're going to be updating parents about potentially a new location for that. And on Sunday, we should know more if students will return to classes by Monday. In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.
All right, let's circle back to that power conservation notice. It's the second time this week ERCOT has warned customers of tight conditions. And now the CEO says you can expect more of the same this weekend.
You know, the conditions that are leading to today are likely going to be persisting through the weekend. So what's going on today is we've got very high temperatures, as everybody can feel. We've got a high associated electric demand with that. And today, we're also seeing a very low wind forecast.
All right, so a combination of record-breaking heat and not much wind to supplement the reserves. All right, let's get to Matt Houston for a closer look at the numbers.
Yeah, Chris, we're actually in better shape today than we were yesterday. 5.5, well, actually now it just changed, 5.7 gigawatts of reserve power. Again, better than yesterday. We got a little bit lucky on Thursday that it rained in the Houston area. That kept temperatures lower there, lowered demand. On the supply and demand side today, it's really hard to tell, which gives you an indication of just how tight things are, but the purple dashed line is higher than the green dotted line. That tells us we're in good shape as long as nothing breaks. I wish I could be more comforting than that, but that's the scenario today. Look, state lawmakers, policymakers, regulators, they're all tired of issuing conservation notices, so they're trying to come up with new ways to move this purple line up and move the green line down. They think they've got a pretty good idea, and you can get involved, maybe even make some money on it too. Even on the hottest of days, with the AC blowing, Clayton Meeker is making money on the grid.
You're getting compensated for your excess solar.
An app on his phone illustrates electricity flowing from his home to his neighbors. He's in control of when to do this and how much to send out. But the more he exports, the more cash he can make.
This right here is the biggest piece of the puzzle here, the Tesla Powerwall batteries.
Those storage devices are holding electricity generated from the solar panels on his roof. He doesn't need all that power today, so he'll allow the grid to tap his batteries when conditions are tight. The state has nicknamed groups of individuals willing to do this virtual power plants.
Since April, when I started this whole thing, I've paid about $75 total in electricity.
His company, Good Faith Energy, installed the equipment allowing him to do this. He was among the first Texans selling power back to the grid under a program regulators officially started this week. It's a big deal, experts say.
We'll see, gigawatt scale, many nuclear power plants worth of both resources injecting into the grid like storage and reducing.
The state isn't there yet. Right now, just Dallas and Houston area Tesla Powerwall customers with solar are eligible. But eventually, others will charge up the grid with their panels, or by connecting their electric vehicle batteries to the grid, or agreeing to give utilities control of their smart thermostats to adjust as necessary.
The ability to push a button and have a new power plant pop up online when it's needed most.
It's all voluntary, but it will make the grid more reliable, cut power bills, and help some of you earn money. In McKinney, I'm Matt Houston.